Hi, Sandra here from Create in Spain. Hope you're well today. This morning's video is on a stamp making design, but it is the software side of things. So what I want to do is to show you how you can make a turnabout stamp like this that you can rotate and get your design in different colours rather than just one colour straight off from the block. And although you might think it's probably an easy thing to do, there are a few little pitfalls, and I think I found probably one of the easiest ways of doing it. So first of all, I started off with my iPad. Now I know not everyone has an iPad, but you probably have a tablet or a phone that will allow you to use some kind of graphics app. And the one that I've got is Amaziograph. And basically it makes mandalas, I can never remember which it is, which are rotated patterns and repeated patterns. Now on Amaziograph, I set it up to rotation and to have 4 rotations. And that is important because when you're stamping this, you want to stamp in 4 different colours. This is the design, and all I've done is I've traced it using shortcuts a lot. Obviously, if you've got something else, then use whatever you have to trace it. In shortcuts a lot, the settings were mono, blackout, and break apart. Now, because I've been messing around with this may actually not be broken apart. It may be grouped. No, is it broken apart? Okay. The other thing that I've done is I've made basically a set of crosshairs. And this whole design is 16 by 16. Now you don't make it in that size. This is just so you can see it on the screen. And so I've made my crosshairs 16 by 16 as well. And what I'm going to do for the moment is just take this and group it and take my crosshairs, and I want to put that in the center. So select the whole lot and voila. Okay, so I'm going to, for ease of use, I'm going to put this centered to the page. There we are. Just makes it easy. And my crosshairs, I want to lock. Let's just check. That's that bit. No, that's moving everything. I've got it grouped together, haven't I? Okay, so just my crosshairs, object, and lock. And I can still pick up these. So the premise of this is that you need to work out a way of printing one colour at a time. And if you think about it, it's actually pretty obvious, but it does take a little bit of getting your brain around. That what you need to do is to pick your colour and keep it to one segment. So for example, this one might be a pale pink segment. This quadrant might be black. This one might be deep pink, and this one might be green. It doesn't make any difference which quadrant is which colour. It just means that you need to delegate one quadrant, one colour. So I've decided this one is going to be the pale pink. And if I look at my map here, I've got a pale pink one there and a pale pink one there, but that's it. All the rest basically are different colours. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take that one and I'm going to right click and I'm going to lock it. And I'm going to go to this one, which is this one here, and I'm going to lock that. Because I only have 2 here, then I'm going to select all that little lot and delete them. Now I haven't deleted that one, but I need to, so I'm going to get rid of that one as well. There we are. So I only have my 2 pink ones in that quadrant. And those 2 are locked, they're not going anywhere. All right, for this quadrant, I think I'm going to go for deep pink. So I want to lock that one. And that one there, which is that one there. Lock it. You don't have to lock. I mean, obviously you can pick off the individual ones if you wish. There's 1, 2, 3 at the side, so that's the other one that needs to be locked. But this means I can just delete a whole bunch of them in one go, like that. So I've done unlock all, and then I want to group that lot. Now I am grouping it with the crosshairs because although you might think, oh well, all I do is I have to copy and paste these and I just line them up with the center. The center isn't where you think it is any longer, because if you just select the items without the cross, the center is adjusted. So you need to keep that cross in there for only one real reason. You keep it in there so that you can have something that you can print off and you can use as a lining up tool for when you're actually stamping. And also to check that your design is as it's supposed to be. So if I take this one out of here, and I'm just going to make this a bit smaller so I've got room to do this. I'll show you how it works. Now this particular one, I am going to go to Object and Duplicate, and I want 4 in total. I want them a little bit further apart than that. There we are. So I have 4 of them, but if I stamped all of those in the same direction, I wouldn't get much, would I? So this one, we go over to the Rotate, and we click twice. The next one, you go to Rotate and you click 4 times. And the next one, you go to Rotate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to give these some different colours. So now, if I actually take all of these and line them up, they're going to go to the centre of the page as it happens. You can see, particularly if I zoom in, that my pattern has worked beautifully. Once I've actually got this design, the rest of it is just to check that it's worked, that I haven't left something in there that I should have taken out. And so once you've done that, this is what you make your stamp from. You remove the cross, because you obviously don't want to make the cross in your stamp itself. But you remove the cross and you simply make your stamp with these shapes. So view, fit to window, and I'm going to go to group. I'm going to see if I can remove my cross. Yes, I can. There we are. And that is grouped. So that is what my stamp looks like eventually when I make it. And obviously I can change the size of that to whatever I wish. Now, if you want to make the shapes a little less hand-drawn, you can obviously do the same thing, but replace all these with whatever shapes you so wish. As long as they are in those positions and they're no bigger than that, then it's going to work. Or you can just go into your edit and you can edit the shapes as you so wish. You can do a path simplify if you wish, and that will clean it up a bit. And you make your stamp in the same way that you make all the other polymer stamps. You make that white, you print it on a black background on the tracing paper, and then you make your stamp from it. Hey presto, job done. Now it can be done in other ways. You can obviously make, for example, a square, and you can put your designs all in one square, make different parts of them different colours, and then you have to manually rotate them to make sure that you can pick out all the different colours. It's just a little more fussy and a little more difficult to do it that way. This is definitely the easier way if you've got something else to do it for you, i.e. the Amaziograph. Now you might think, okay, in Shortcuts a lot you have a rotation tool. Yes, you do. It's still easier to do with the Amaziograph because I can hand draw whatever shapes that I wish to do. And also the rotation in Shortcuts a lot, if you're doing the the copy and duplicate, rotate. It rotates from the centre of it, not from the place where you necessarily want it to rotate. It's just slightly more complicated, more fiddly to do it. If you are using Silhouette Studio, you can set the centre of rotation, so that actually does make it relatively easy. But that's the basic of how to. And they're great fun once you get to making these. They are quite addictive and they are quite expensive to buy, I think. So if you're going to be making your own stamps, this is a good choice of stamp to make. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye bye.